Let's get started with this. How the Deferred Sales Trust benefited a Palo Alto realtor and transformed the home selling process. Hi, I'm Brett Swarts. I'm founder of Capital Gains Tax Solutions, and I am looking forward to sharing with you all of my secrets as it pertains to the Deferred Sales Trust and how it can help you as a realtor collaborate with business professionals to help your client exit in a way that not only helps them to defer capital gains taxes on a primary home, but provides transformation for your business. And so in today's episode, we're talking about the Deferred Sales Trust, what it is, how it works, a live case study in Palo Alto, an $8.3 million deal that closed using the Deferred Sales Trust, how the DST saved the deal for the realtor and for the client, and ultimately how you can use the Deferred Sales Trust to create what's called like a pro-insight family environment for your clients so that you can grow your business and you can help make a bigger impact. And so let's start with the first part of the video here, which is what is a Deferred Sales Trust? A Deferred Sales Trust is a structured installment sale whereas the seller can sell to a trust before it sells to a buyer in order to defer capital gains tax and grow their wealth. Think of it kind of like a 1031 exchange or kind of like an IRA or a 401k to the extent that the seller defers or doesn't receive proceeds at closing, they're able to defer the tax, slowly take payments over time. And so it's a structured installment sale that works great for people who have highly appreciated assets, such as the case study that we're talking about right now, which was an $8.5 million property in Palo Alto. The seller's basis was about $6 million. And here are some other challenging facts for the case, for the transaction. The seller's kids are no longer in the house, right? They're all gone. He had 6 kids and they're gone. Number 2, he wanted to move out of state. Number 3, he had a large debt on the property. Number 4, he had a huge gain, about $2.5 million gain. Number 5, he felt real estate rich and a little bit cash flow light. And so he's saying, you know what? A lot of my wealth is tied into this real estate asset. I would like to move and relocate, and I'd like to take the equity and not only defer the tax, but let cash flow pay me over time from the sale of my property. And so entered the Deferred Sales Trust as the solution for the major problem, which was the tax and the investment diversification. And so the realtor who was working this particular deal before the Deferred Sales Trust was concerned that the deal wouldn't close, and rightfully so, because now the seller's looking at his tax bill, he's looking at his debt, and he's saying, if I sell after commissions, the only one who's getting paid is the realtor and the tax man, and I'm left with no debt, but really a huge tax bill and really no proceeds left to show for it. And so the Deferred Sales Trust became that solution for the realtor to continue the deal, to close the deal, and the seller to ultimately get what they were trying to achieve, which was the retirement, the cash flow, and the relocation. So how does this all work? Well, the seller contacted Capital Gains Tax Solutions, that's our company, and we set up with the tax attorneys the Deferred Sales Trust, and we weaved it into the escrow, working with Old Republic Title as an addendum to the contract, which basically stated that the seller has the right to sell to a third-party trust in exchange for a promissory note, and this trust would ultimately sell it to the ultimate buyer. And that's the simple part of this. Now, the key here is some fact patterns that have to be met, that it couldn't have been what's called non-refundable, where the sale had gone non-refundable and essentially the seller had access or would have access to the proceeds in a short period of time. We had to set it up prior to that, right? So we had to work with the buyer and the buyer's agent, and we had to weave it into the contract, because guess what? A lot of these deals, especially in Palo Alto, Athens, and Menlo Park, Silicon Valley, they can go all cash and they can go quick. And that is one of the kryptonites for the Deferred Sales Trust, is when we have to squeeze an escrow or squeeze time and try to dive in or put in or place in a tax strategy, because it needs to be set up prior to constructive receipt. And so now let's connect this outcome and what the realtor was able to do to grow the business. So this realtor was able to work with a CPA, his CPA, work with a tax attorney, work with our company as a trustee, work with escrow to create what we call like a pro-insight family office style environment, kind of like a mastermind where everyone can work together. And that's something I want to encourage you, if you're listening to this video, to what experts can you bring in, especially if you're a real estate professional, that can help you help your client. instead of taking it as a lone wolf, right, who has maybe some of the answers or some expertise on some of these things. Rather, how do you bring in a team of professionals to serve at a high level? In fact, this is what ultra high net worth families across the country have always done. They've had what's called family offices that they joint venture partner with other families or other family offices or other families to form what's called a family office, where they have professionals that come and serve and help them with their wealth, help them grow their wealth, preserve their wealth. Tax professionals, financial advisors, commercial real estate advisors. They invest together in commercial real estate assets, and collectively that mastermind approach, that professional insight to each individual's circumstances creates the transformation. And so guess what? This realtor was able to build relationships with the CPA, build relationships with capital gains tax solutions, build relationships with escrow to solve this unique challenge to not only close the sale, help the client out, but also open up opportunities to build more business, because now what they have that much more of a unique skill set, which is capital gains tax referral on primary homes that they didn't have before. And it's by creating a collaborative approach. And so that's just an encouragement for you, if you're listening to this, to take action and look at your network that you have in place, and or build a network, right, of professionals that can serve the client at a high level. And so that is today's story of the Deferred Sales Trust. I hope you found it insightful. I hope it helped you to help a client in the future. And or if you're listening to this and you are the client and you're looking for expert advice to how to exit in a way that can defer your capital gains tax and give you some freedoms and flexibility with your wealth, you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. And if you are a realtor listening to this and or a business professional, financial advisor, CPA, and you're looking for coaching or hands-on, networking connection with us, you can go to experttaxsecret.com. That's experttaxsecrets.com. Thanks so much for watching this video. So appreciate you, everyone out there. Also check out the new book, by the way, Building a Capital Gains Tax Exit Plan on Amazon. I think you're also going to find that with a lot of wisdom and insight. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.